ఈ కెమెరాలు ఇవన్నీ వస్తున్నాయి కదా పైన స్టాండ్ బై ఈ కెమెరా ఇది వస్తాను పేస్ట్ చేసాను స్టీమే లేదు స్టీమ్ బ్యాచ్లో చాలా బాగుంది సరే బెంగళూరు పోయినా
Again. The playground where we played more than we studied, the gym where we worked out only during heartbreak sessions, the night canteen where egg chili was our emotional support system, and of course the mess where the mess food taught us survival, literally. And we can't forget the wildlife of NITK. We had more snakes and peacocks in than in any Nat Geo documentary. But not a single one bit anyone. Even the snakes and the peacocks knew we were already suffering enough in our academics. As for me, I was the last minute assignment warrior. Assignments were submitted with the speed of Avengers assembling, and I was also the hostler life king. Like living proof, sleep is optional, but 75% attendance is mandatory. Well, in theory, of course. One memory that will never leave me is from a dance competition which is held in our NITK. It's called Panache. And our student welfare dean, Professor Yargati sir, once said that if Vinay is in the competition, no one else can win except him. That line didn't just motivate me, it became my identity. It taught me confidence, passion, and courage to stand on any stage, including this one today. So, with a heart full of gratitude for the campus that shaped who I am, I welcome you all to NITK Alumni Association AP and Telangana Chapter Meet 2025. Tonight is about celebrating our journey, where we started, where we are, and where we are headed as a united, powerful NITK family. Today's event is just not about to meet. It is a milestone, a beginning, a chance to reconnect, collaborate, mentor, build, and strengthen the NITK network across AP and Telangana. So to every alumnus here, let's laugh like we did at night canteen. Let's cheer like we did at DJ nights in SAC. Let's unite like we did when attendance shortage attacked all of us equally. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome home, welcome back to NITK, even though we are in Hyderabad. Let the evening begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Rauli Shrestha Bhavani, a proud alumnus of NITK. I have completed my undergraduation from Mining Engineering 2025 batch. So, before we begin today's celebrations, let's invoke blessings and positive energy. Please help me welcome Ms. Rukmini Shrikha to invoke blessings upon us. Now, I would like to take the honor of officially inaugurating this alumni meet. I invite our distinguished dignitaries onto the stage for the lamp lighting ceremony. Mr. B.V. Mohan Reddy Garu, Chairman. It is my honor to invite Padma Shri B.V. Mohan Reddy Garu, Founder Chairman of Scient, former Chairman of NASCOM and Global Technology Leader.
Next, I welcome Professor B. Ravi, Director of NITK. Our next invitee is Professor Jay Kumar, one of NITK's most respected faculty members, known for his decades of dedicated teaching, research, excellence, and mentorship. We invite Professor V.R. Shastri Garu, retired mining professor of NITK, former Vice Chancellor of Dr. Ambedkar University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shri M. Niranjan Garu, President of NITK Alumni Association Global, an accomplished leader whose efforts have strengthened alumni ties across continents. With immense honor, I welcome Shri Gopala Bhupal sir, distinguished alumnus of the 1977 batch and gold medalist in metallurgical engineering from KRS. Our next dignitary is Sri M. Chittibabus, 1977 electrical engineering alumnus who began his career at ECIL. Last but not least, I welcome Sri Srinivas Garu, 1988 mechanical engineering alumnus of NITK, onto the dais.
Before we begin today's celebrations, let's invoke blessings and positive energy. Please help me welcome Rukmini Shilpa to invoke blessings upon us.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
Thank you, Rukmini Shilpa, to fill this with complete positive energy. And she's also granddaughter of our Gopala sir. So I invite our distinguished dignitaries onto the stage for the lamp lighting ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce you a stalwart from 1977 Electrical Engineering batch of KREC, Mr. Chitty Babu. After beginning his career at ECIL, Hyderabad, he went on to build what many today call a legacy. Power Engineers, a firm that has shaped electrical infrastructure across Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Mumbai and beyond. For over 4 decades, he has designed and executed works for stadiums, hospitals, residential towers, airports, educational institutes, industrial plants, and even major national and international events like Afro-Asian Games and World Military Games. What truly sets him apart is his heart, offering free consultancy to churches, temples, old age homes, and orphanages. A man of engineering excellence and a deep social impact. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Chidi Babu.
Good evening, one and all. On behalf of APN Telangana chapter, I welcome one and all for this great NITK Connect event at Hyderabad. On behalf of APN Telangana chapter, we all invite our chief guest, BVR Mohan Reddy Garu, Chairman BOG NITK, and guest of honor, our Professor P. Ravi Garu, Director NITK Surathkal. I wholeheartedly invite and happy to witness all the alumni at this great NITK Connect event Hyderabad. It is always a matter of immense pride for all of us. May all of us feel proud. We will honor all the alumni of Group 1 services in this NITK Connect to motivate the other alumni to achieve all positions and make the institution, parents and all of us to feel proud. Further, I invite the new upcoming office bearers of APN Telangana chapter to take over the baton to move forward to keep the chapter vibrant in future. Chapter President. Chapter President B. Srinivas Garu, 1988 batch. Vice President D. Shivashankar Reddy. Shivashankar Reddy, Garu, 2014 batch. Secretary Ram Shashi Kumar, Garu, 2018 batch. And one more Joint Secretary, M. Prasanna Kumar Garu. Where are you? 2014 batch. And Joint Secretary B. D. Bharat Kumar Garu of 2018 batch. Above all, our Chief Advisor Gopala Garu of 1977 batch and ex-Global President of KRC NITK will guide the new team under the valuable guidance. I thank all the outgoing office bearers of APN Telangana chapter, Hyderabad, for their continuous support in the journey of 20 long years from 2005 to 2025. And now I hand over the baton to youngsters to move forward and keep the chapter vibrant and support the main alumni. Our outgoing office bearers, Chief Advisor Gopala Bhupala, 1977 batch, President M. Chittibabu, 1977 batch, then myself, then Secretary SSV Ramana Garu of 1984 batch, and Treasurer E. Venkatramana of 1977 batch, and Ajit Shah of 1977 batch. Without Gopala, it was not possible for our APN Telangana chapter to travel for 20 long years. I thank one and all and all the dignitaries sitting on the dais and all my alumnus in this long journey. Thank you very much.
So now I welcome the person who will be taking on a key leadership role in our chapter, Mr. Srinivas Garu, an alumnus of the 1988 Mechanical Engineering batch of KREC. He later completed his PGDM from IIM Ahmedabad, one of the India's most prestigious institutions. With over 30 years of global IT experience, he currently serves as the head of Global Practices Application Services Group at NTT Data, where he has been a driving force for more than 2 decades. He has led large delivery and consulting teams across North America and previously worked with Ramco Systems, a pioneer in ERP and cloud solutions, a technologist, strategist, and now our chapter's guiding light. Let's welcome Mr. Srinivas Garu with great warmth and excitement.
First and foremost, thank you, Chitti Babu Garu, for inviting me, for giving me this honor of leading the AP and Telangana chapter. And I shall do my best. Now it is my privilege to introduce Sri BVR Mohan Reddy Garu, who is the chairperson for the Board of Governors, an iconic technology leader, visionary entrepreneur, and respected nation builder. As the founder chairman of Scient and the chairperson of multiple prestigious boards, apart from NITK, he has been instrumental in establishing India as a global hub for high-value engineering, digital technology, and innovation. With a remarkable career spanning over 5 decades, Sri Mohan Reddy Garu pioneered the concept of engineered in India, propelling Indian engineering services to global recognition. His leadership has guided Scient into a world-class organization serving Fortune 100 companies across industries. A Padma Shri awardee, he has also made extraordinary contributions to national institutions, serving as chairman of NASSCOM, leading technology councils, and steering premier educational institutes including IITs. His commitment to innovation, governance, and talent development continues to inspire a generation of engineers and entrepreneurs. Please join me in warmly welcoming Sri BVR Mohan Reddy Garu to the dais.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have Professor Ravi, who is the director of the institution. We have several distinguished alumni who are decorating the dais this evening. And I'm sure there are several of you who are not on the dais who are also very distinguished people here. So it's an honor and a privilege for me to come and speak to you this evening. Pardon me if I sound a little gaudy, because it's just been about a couple of hours since I came back from Colombo on an airline system which is close to anarchy at this point of time. I went 5 hours late on Thursday to Colombo. I started 5 hours early from Colombo. That's the price we are paying with having a monopoly for one airline system. That's what I think. It's not a duopoly, it's not Air India which gives them any more competition. And if it continues to be there, we'll probably face situations of this nature. I didn't go on a pleasure trip to Colombo. I went for what is called a NASSCOM executive offsite, which primarily talks about strategy for this nation. And being a technology association, it is all about strategy for technology for this nation. I'm not here to give you a discourse on what happened at Colombo, but primarily one question I wanted to bring about, which gives me segue to what I wanted to speak to this evening. is several of my friends. They're all friends, they're colleagues of mine in NASCOM. It's a very large group, about 20 senior executives from computer software companies across the country, including multinationals. They asked me this question: why are you spending a Sunday evening at an alumni event? And to me, it was very important because institutions like NIT participated in nation building. And every one of you who are here, in some form, shape or other, have contributed to nation building. So I thought it was very important when Mr. Gopal called me and invited me to be here this evening. And I said, I'm in the middle of nation builders, and I certainly will take an opportunity to share what I think the alumni could do to contribute to better building of their institution. Institutions have to become stronger. Only when an institution becomes stronger, nation becomes stronger. And institution will become stronger when alumni start contributing. I'll probably enlarge that by saying that the three things that I look forward always with the alumni working with the institutions. The first one is that you need to contribute. The second one is you need to collaborate. And the third one is you need to provide leadership. I think today, if you look at India, I'm sure several of you must have read, you experience it all the time. People complain saying that there's only 0.6% of GDP which is spent on education in India. It is very, very, very small compared to many other countries around the world. The average is between 2 to 3% of GDP. There are countries which also spend 5 to 6% of their national budget into education. So we have this unending challenge in terms of trying to impress on the government that the education budgets have to go up. But then they're not going up. But therefore we have to find other ways and means by which we will certainly start increasing the funding into our education institutions. I do many things. Let me give you an example. I also sit on the board of IIT Kanpur Development Foundation, DEF that is called. We started this 5 years back. I'm an IIT Kanpur alumni too. 5 years back, the contribution between three major pillars, that is alumni, CSR and philanthropy together, was 50 crores a year. Relentless amount of effort from a number of stakeholders moved it in 5 years from 50 crores to 250 crores a year. That's the money we're getting right now. More importantly, we have now taken up the challenge, and we do have commitments with us to move it to a number called 500 crores next year, 1,000 crores thereafter, and 2,000 crores 3 years from now. This is a commitment that Professor Maninder Agarwal, who is now the director, has taken. A major contribution of this is alumni. And I think all of us have to contribute. One is money, I'll come to a few other things as we move forward, is because it is the institutions which created what we are. I keep telling people, when I went to universities, I went to the Andhra University, I did my undergraduate engineering, then I went to IIT Kanpur, then I went to University of Michigan, 3 degrees. And the amount of money, leave apart, even University of Michigan, of course, somebody else paid for it, is that amount of money that I spent was abysmal of what the institution was spending on my education. So who paid for that money is the question I asked. And it's the society that paid for it. So when we become successful, it becomes imperative for us to pay back. So therefore, in terms of contribution, certainly I think we need to contribute back financially to our institutions. Certainly I think it's just not contribution in terms of the finances, but more importantly, you can also contribute the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience that you got over a period of time. I hear that Mr. Gopal Kupal is 1977 batch, which means that it's almost getting to 40 years. No, 23 plus 46 years, 47 years since you graduated. I'm ahead of you, sir. So, therefore, I think we should contribute our expertise back to the institution. I'm sure several of you hold positions in the industry or held positions in industry. Certainly, I think there is an imperative need in terms of curriculum revisions. What does the curriculum revision happen? Is I think what are these students are doing right now? Either they're going and working professionals somewhere, they go to research, or they become entrepreneurs. But we need to decide, therefore, what do we teach them? How do we teach them? How do they learn? These are the things that are important for us to start giving feedback to our institutions. So also is our ability to open global networks to our students. I like every one of you to go back to NIT Surathkal at least once in every 2 years. Our secretary would have said once in a year, but I think that's probably not fair on me, so at least once in 2 years. Trust me, I go back to IIT Kanpur at least twice every year. I do a couple of things, I'll tell you in a little bit from now. The second one is that I think we certainly need to make sure that these institutions, and this is a topic which is very dear to Professor Ravi, who is now the director, and I have an enormous amount of respect and regard for him, on innovation and entrepreneurship. I should say, I will correct myself, I am not currently the chairman. I just had a short stint as the chairman. There was a reason why the government wanted me to do it. I fulfilled the commitment that the government, I gave the government the commitment, and then I pulled back myself. But still, my commitment to education is very high. I happen to be the chairman of the board of governors of IIT Hyderabad for 14 long years, and I'm still am, and continue to be there. I just finished a term of 5 years and 1 month and 1 day, I believe, at IIT Roorkee. That was an initial responsibility. They said they wanted me to continue for that long. I did. I did 2 other short stints with IIT Surathkal as well as IIT Warangal in the recent past. But I think the key thing that I was coming down to is, but I leave the institution in the hands of my successor chairman, Mr. M.M. Murugapan, a dear friend of mine. In the interest of transparency, he's also a colleague of mine from the college. We've been very dear friends for almost 50 years now. And he's the chairman of my company right now. So he's my successor as the chairman of NIT Surathkal too, as much as he's the chairman of SINE. Going back to what we're doing at NIT Surathkal is all about innovation and entrepreneurship. That is extremely important at this point of time for this nation. I'm sure some of you are aware, we put 1 million people every year, every month into streets of India for new jobs. Which means that every year, approximately, we put 10 million of them for jobs. Or given the enormous amount of God-given gift called demographic dividend, we're going to put out at least 100 million or 10 crore people for jobs in the next 10 years. These are net new jobs which are to be created. And there's enough evidence right now to say net new jobs are created by small and medium enterprises to the extent of 60%. The large companies only create net new jobs of 40%. So therefore, there is an enormous amount of need right now for entrepreneurship in this country, because we need those jobs. And it is not that the opportunity is anyway smaller. The opportunity stems from several things in my perspective, to the extent that I keep joking with people, I wish I was born now. It can't be more opportunistic than what we have at this point of time. Where does the opportunity come from? Number one, to me, is technology. Technology has never been at what it is today, anywhere in the past. I graduated in 1971, so you can imagine how many years I've been in the industry, academia, everywhere around. I have never seen this pace at which technology changed. And our belief is it's not going to slow down. I call out these 4 pillars which are accelerating this technology. Pillar number 1, computer, storage. And what's happening with them? They're becoming faster, cheaper, smaller. Doesn't seem to relent at all. I belong to an age where the computer center in IIT Kanpur used to be housed in a hall as large as this, serving 2,000 students. What is the power of the computer? It was less than what you and I have on our smartphones. That's how change has come by. And it doesn't mean, we talked about CPUs, we talked about GPUs, we talked about TPUs, we'll talk about quantum, we'll talk about photonics, all of them in the near horizon. The second pillar is all about communication. I belong to a generation where a phone line used to be a luxury in life. People who I've been in this export business for a long time, so some of my customers used to laugh it out. I used to tell them that a perk that used to go to our senior leadership teams used to be a telephone at their home. There used to be a line item. It says phone at your home. Just to say, is this what your company does? No, that's the challenge that we have in this country. From that, where are we today? Can anyone who doesn't have a phone with them lift their hand? No, none of them. Everyone. Now, please be brave enough. Can you lift your hand if you have 2 phones with you? They are there. Look at what the transformation is. And I'm sure some of us are not truly lifting the hand because there are 2 SIMs anyway in the phone. So there's as good as 2 phones there, right? So that is where the technology has changed in terms of communication. People said GSM technology, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. What are we doing at IIT Hyderabad currently is 6G technologies. I'm sure my good friend Professor Krishnamohan is here from our computer science department, one of the leading edge researchers in our institution. And we have many more Krishnamohans in IIT Hyderabad. And not only in IIT Hyderabad, all across, including at NITK Surathkal. So what are they doing? They continue to push the envelope in terms of communication capabilities. More amount of speeds, less amount of latency. In COVID times, all of us had this big new thing happening, teleconsulting. Because you couldn't go to a doctor's clinic. What people told us was that, look, you can always pick up the phone, talk to the doctor, present your case to the doctor gives you medicine. What are we seeing right now is what I know for sure is called telesurgeries. You have a dual of the patient sitting in front of the doctor, and the doctor is actually moving the stylus on the patient's body, whereas actually the robotic arm is moving on the physical patient thousands of miles apart. And what's the latency? It's less than a millisecond, which means that even if there's a bleed, the doctor can cauterize it in less than a millisecond. That's the time lag that's happening. And that doesn't seem to slow down. My third one, and this is my most favorite one, is all about sensors. God gave us these 5 senses. Ability to see, ability to feel, ability to smell, ability to taste, and ability to hear. I can't believe it, how perfected all these 5 senses are on the computers today using sensors. Actually, to the extent, I'm sure some of you are aware of this, in the sensing called vision, the computer vision today is about 130% efficient as the human vision. A lesion on the lung which appears on an X-ray, the doctor cannot see with his naked eye. But whereas the computers are detecting ahead of time, and you run AI algorithms that Professor Krishnamohan makes, you can even predict far ahead of that. By 1 year, you can probably become 5 years ahead of time. They are in a position to predict based on the patterns that are there. So the result is what we are seeing is sensors are in a position to detect many things. Here is another interesting one. Pardon me, I'm taking a little more time, but I'll let them finish it. So one of the fascinating things that I talk about is amount of time it is taking for us to develop these applications is also shrinking. Take example of, we all talk about AI right now. So what was the first applications AI brought in? To start comparing themselves with human beings. It's all about speech recognition. It's all about handwriting recognition. This effort started way back in 1996 or so. That's called zero-level efficiency. And people like me in 2005 used to constantly tell the computer, listen to me, so that it starts recognizing my voice, starts interpreting it right. And I'm sure all of you use the voice recognition at this point of time. How many times do you go back to actually retype everything or correct what you have dictated? Very rarely do I. But then, if you look at speech recognition to get to this level of efficiency, it took almost 18 to 20 years. Whereas you look at ChatGPT, content creation, it took less than 18 months for people to come with these large language models. That's the type of research that is happening. That's primarily again being driven by the computer speed, the storage capability that we have. Now it's a question of how many GPUs do you have in a country? That's what we're getting down to. And these sensors, which we talked about, can sense everything and anything, puts oceans of data. To the extent we are very concerned about where do we store this data? Is all this data which is useful that's coming in? So that's how edge computing has come by. So we're saying, no, we don't even require this data to be sent up into the cloud. We can put a sensor right there, compute there, put a computer too on the chip, and as a result of that, only useful data can be streamed upwards. And it doesn't need to go to cloud and then take decisions. You can take instantaneous decisions right on the edge. So the result is that you're seeing the sensors now putting a lot of data, lot of useful data. On the useful data, the fourth element that I keep talking about is you put the element called algorithms, and that's one AI concept. But trust me, I don't know AI will last in under 5 years. So if people ask me this question, Mr. Reddy, can you tell us what will be the next? My answer is I don't know. But I know one thing for sure. It will change. So what is that we need to do is our ability to cope up with the change. That's the key driver. And that's what I keep telling. And I'm going to speak at the Raising Sense Telangana tomorrow. Is all about what is required for our children. Is not teaching them Python and saying, oh no, we make all of them computer programmers. Python is disappearing. Something else which comes will also disappear. But if you teach them the curiosity of learning, ability to change, design thinking, system thinking, ability to work in teams, communicate, that's when we'll prosper. So therefore, I think back to where I started, is that I keep saying that timing is couldn't be any better because technology is at its best. Opportunities are so many of them. Supported by that, please don't mistake me that I belong to any government. I feel very positive, proactive moves done by the government. Otherwise, you look at the macro indicators. How could GDP be growing at 7+%? How can we have GST being at an all-time high? Economy is doing well. I can give you a number of other parameters. So there is an opportune time for us to start. So my request to all the alumni is to contribute back, collaborate with the institution in building hubs and incubation centers. And the third one is, I think certainly the institutions require more amount of leadership support. I'm not talking about replacing leaders, but I'm talking about supporting the current leadership. That is what I think we can all do. I've been talking to Professor Ravi, I think he's already done that. Is that one is there's something called Board of Governors in every institution. So that is being determined by the Education Ministry, and thereafter you can also imagine what else happens thereafter. So very little control we are having. But as an institution builder, the control we have is doesn't stop the director to have a director's advisory board. And every head of department can have his own advisory board. That's how the leadership pipeline can be built, not having within an institution. We did this in IIT Kanpur back again. I have, the director has an advisory board consisting of 22 or 23 of us who have excelled themselves in areas that they are in. It could be research, it could be innovation, it could be education, it could be in corporate world, it could be in corporate world of different industries. So therefore, what I'm requesting all my alumni at this point of time is making sure that you would contribute, you will collaborate, and you will support the institution in building the leadership. One would always say it's very easy to give you all these suggestions, but certainly I will speak great amount of confidence that it can be done because I have done it. We created a School of Innovation Entrepreneurship in IIT Hyderabad. It's a fairly large corpus we created. Still early days, 2 years have gone by, 3rd year is going on at this point of time. It is a fairly large corpus. Faculty, department is integrated into the school at this point of time, and we hope that it will create more amount of entrepreneurs. We created one more initiative, which I think is equally interesting in IIT Kanpur, called the Future Secure AI Initiative. What are we trying to do is we are catching young 30 computer science undergraduates in 3rd year, 30 4th year undergraduates computer science, supporting them, mentoring them, providing them scholarships, fellowships, summer internships, these 30 plus 30, 60 of them, and committing ourselves to say we will ensure that 2 of the companies that they'll form will do the seed funding for them. I can go on. I do spend a lot of time with education at this point of time, but interestingly, last one I should also share with you what I said earlier. Today, industry experience is very much needed by the students. So I taught for 5 years in IIT Hyderabad. I taught the course on leadership, which used to be 1 credit course, 15 contact hours, 5 Saturdays, 3 hours each. So we all can do it. If I can do it where I am in my life, every one of you can do it. So I urge every alumni here, including many of them who are here, right here on the dais at this point of time, go back to the institution, contribute to the institution to ensure that NIT Surathkal becomes a great institution which will participate much more intensely in nation building. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I especially like to thank Mr. Gopal, you were very persistent, and I made sure that I lived up to the word I gave him to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a very inspiring and motivating dimension for all of us, and I'm sure all of us here as alumni of the institute will do our best to live up to your expectation and also contributing to NITK's growth. Thank you, sir. It's now my honor to introduce Professor B. Ravi, the distinguished director of NITK Surathkal and one of India's leading voices in engineering design, digital manufacturing and innovation-driven education. With over 3 decades of impactful work, Professor Ravi has shaped India's engineering landscape through his exceptional contributions at IIT Mumbai, where he served as the chair professor of mechanical engineering. He is internationally recognized for pioneering AutoCast, India's first indigenous casting simulation software, which transformed manufacturing practices across hundreds of industries. His leadership in medical device innovation, design thinking, and experiential learning has empowered students, researchers, and startups to build solutions that address real societal challenges. At NITK, Professor Ravi is driving a bold vision focused on research excellence, global partnerships, and technology-led transformation. His integrity, humility, and commitment to national building continue to inspire thousands. Please join me in welcoming Professor B. Ravi.
Very good evening to everyone. Really very grateful to Sri BVR Mohan Reddy Garu here in Hyderabad. In spite of his very busy schedule and international travel, he made it a point to come here. And despite all the disturbances in the airlines. Thank you so much, sir. And what you have said, many of things which I wanted to say, he already said, so I'll now say something different. He came at the right time to the institute. I think we were going in some direction. I was not sure. I was hesitant at that point of time. He gave me the strength, moral strength. We literally changed the direction of NITK, and I'll talk about the new direction. I'll not talk about the old direction. And Chitti Babu. Thank you for getting everyone together. I said I'll come wherever there are 100 alumni, and I'll count some of you as more than one, so it is 100. Okay, so again a big force multiplier for us in getting the alumni aligned with the institute. I would say realigned with the institute. There's a lot of things which you have discussed. Many things we are now giving it shape, and you will see the result of that. So let me spend 5-10 minutes on what we are trying to do, but let me put the context. I think we are all living in a very interesting time. Those of us who are 60 plus and 70 plus and some of 80 plus people in the room, we know that literally the destiny of the nation itself, we are now seeing kind of taking a turn. Many things are happening in just few days and weeks and months, right? And with the destiny of the nation is of course destiny of, you can say, the state and the Dakshina Kannada district, and then of course our NITK. And as Devya sir said, the NITK, and whenever I go I say we are the ones who, NITK produces students who build the nation. So that is true in many ways, and incredibly proud to see alumni and anyone who comes and says I want to be a director. I always make time in my office. So thank you all for contributing to the nation, contributing to the organizations, and contributing to the institution also in many different ways, whether you know it or not. So thank you for all those things. So as also Devya sir said, we are now on the journey from what we call as good to great. NITK is always known, and I have had people saying NITK is as good as a IIT, and I like to say, please don't compare. NIT is different. You know, we produce more nation builders, at least at this point of time, right? So we are different. But that point, still people's perception is that NITK is a good institute. I want to change the perception, saying it's a great institution. So we say in a journey of good to great is what we are right now, and I would like all of you to be part of the journey. So to do that, we need some narratives. So one narrative that we have been talking about is that we want to aspire for and aim for global excellence, and global excellence in terms of research and education and innovation and actual outreach and so on, helping the industry. But also global excellence coupled with local relevance. I mean, I have seen all two times many institutions who are all kind of embedded in their own. I tell teachers from the home to classroom to office room to lab to home. I mean, get out of the institution, get out of the walls of the institution, make a difference to people outside the institution. So when I had this conversation in Bangalore, I have now met almost every public figure, DC, previous DC, current DC, police commissioner, Mangalore Smart City commissioner, and many others, and so on. I have met now almost every educational institute, the 25 engineering colleges, 12 medical institutes. I have met, I think, about 25 or so out of the whole thing, principals. I'm telling them, look at NITK as a brother, your own family member. Whatever you want, we will do, but together let us uplift the district. And that is even MP and MLA and MLC. They are looking at it nicely. So how do we do that? So I'll just give you 2-3 bullet points. One of the things I'm saying is let us look at our own customers. Primary customers are students, which is you before that. I don't know, when you look at each other, do you look at how he was looking 20 years before, 30 years before? You try to map that, right? You look at these pictures, you look at how it was looking in your times, right? You always look back, but also look forward and think about the students who are going to graduate in the years to come. And the world is different, right? I mean, students are different. The aspirations are different. So what he said is, we'll come up with something which will kind of be a landmark in the nation. So we said we will talk about a bold, beautiful, and balanced curriculum, and the basis for that is alumni. So you know what happens? Alumni come to NITK, we want to meet a director and take a photograph with the director. So I need some paisa vasool for the 10 minutes that you want for the photograph. So what I do is, when alumni come to my room, I say, sir, we are very proud of you as alumni. You have done so great. Thank you very much. And then I ask a question to them, saying, what percentage of your success today do you ascribe to inside classroom theoretical teaching or learning? You all put the number in your head, okay? No one has said more than 30%. The average is less than 20%. So then I go back to my teachers. They're all good teachers. By the way, they are very sincere teachers. I walked into a classroom recently. Just took a break. You know, directors have a lot of problems, right? So I just took a break at 11 o'clock. Just walked to. We have new lecture hall complex. You should come and see. Beautiful. People are coming from other institutions to see our lecture hall complex. LHCD. So I walked in. The door was open. I said, "Can I come inside?" Okay, went inside. I sat there. The teacher is sincerely deriving equations on the blackboard or whiteboard now. Students are, I saw even the last row, students are sincerely noting down, writing their notebooks. I have not seen that in IIT system in recent years, by the way. Sincere teachers, sincere students. I think IITs only have these days. Anyway, so I told the teachers, 20% of the value, 80% of the value is coming from outside the classrooms. Why are we spending 80% time in the classrooms? So we are trying to, and then of course negotiation. If they say 20-80, no one will listen to me. I said, let us settle it 50-50. 50% theory, 50% practice. So we are now coming with a curriculum which is bold and balanced, right? I mean, bold is in terms of what do we do in those practice. We're talking about a lot of good things in there. Life skills, physical skills, cultural skills, technical skills, building something, professional skills, and so on. And this curriculum, hopefully, we'll launch it from 26 academic year. And I think it will be, if we can manage to pull it off, I think it will be a national news. Because I don't think anyone in the country has a 50-50%, at least a public institution doesn't have that. But I need your help in that to make sure the curriculum is good. We need a lot of industrial anecdotes and things like that. That is one big thing we're doing. The other thing we're trying to do is to try to get all the stakeholders aligned. So we have 4 internal stakeholders, faculty, students, staff and residents. So each one of them I'm saying, okay, do something special for the institute. For example, students, I'm saying you're only good students, focus on the life skills. Faculty, I'm saying you're only good at your subjects, but now talk to other faculty, other institutions, other fields and so on, interdisciplinary. So there's a new building now called as CIDS, which is Center for Interdisciplinary Studies. Faculty from different departments can join hands, come there and look at industry verticals. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So A for aerospace, B for biomedical, C for climate, D for drones and things like that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so that's one more thing. To the staff, which was when I came here, staff were very much, I would say, let's say, demotivated or very much disconnected with the institute. But now we have hired a lot of new staff. We are setting them on training programs. They're finally now coming back to work with interest and enthusiasm. That's a big reset that we have done. Residents also, I'm telling them that why should we do research in the labs only? Why don't we use campus also as a research lab? We call it as a living laboratory. anyone came to NIT? How many people came to NITK in 2025? This year. So if you come back to NITK anytime, there is now a new landmark. And I was tired when I came to NITK in 23. The first thing I did was to have a meeting with the students. And all my deans said, please don't meet the students. They'll only complain. I said, let me hear the complaint. What's the problem? So I met 1,000 students. All UG students turned up. PGs as usual did not turn up. But the meeting was so good, PGs came and said, we also want to have a meeting with you. So I had one more meeting. So 2 meetings in Silver Jubilee Auditorium. Hall was full. So one of the main problems they said is food is bad. So I fixed the message now. Food is good. Please, you can go and test it. Okay. For 10 years, it was a mess was in mess. Now we have fixed the mess. Messes look good. Food is good. I go and test once in a while, and we have a surprise squad. So believe me, it is good. So we fixed the problem. Second problem was water. I said, what's the problem with water? You have enough of rainfall here. But do you know campus closes in end of April in May? This year it did not happen, but it used to happen because of the water shortage. So we have now, if you come to NITK, on the eastern campus, there is a new landmark which is in a 2 acre of land. There is now a 30 million, that is 3 crores liters water, rainwater, pure rainwater harvesting. And you should see the photographs now flying around in the campus. You know, on a calm day, it's like a mirror, right? I mean, you get, Surathkal gets blue skies and beautiful clouds, and people love it. Okay, so you get to see very beautiful reflections of sky in that. So that has happened. So we are building those. So getting what everyone needs to have something. So students, faculty, staff, we are doing that. But also external stakeholders and alumni. First one of them. I think Niranjan is witness that I have not missed any alumni event except one which was in Hubli. I'm saying one because only one I missed. You remember only that, okay? Please remember everything that I did not miss, as usual, okay? I think dozens of events, okay? Every event I have been there. And I don't go for anything that you want to do. I go there because just to see your face and see the smile on you. And many events like in Silicon Valley, it was in whose house? They said in the same street, you have said, Rajiv Madhavan. So the same street has Sergey and all the Google founders and Microsoft, whatever, all the founders are there. I joke that, did you come to meet each other or meet Madhavan or to meet a director? That is only excuse. Maybe here also perhaps, okay? But I'm fine. As long as you meet each other, I'm always very happy. Happy to see your faces. So for alumni, what you have been saying that we don't expect anything from you. We just want to make sure that you are happy, you are connected, you can help each other. One of the many excuses has been that alumni of IITs help each other much more than NITs of alumni of NITs. So I want to change that. And right now we have a beautiful Dean of Alumni, Associate Dean Alumni. Dean Alumni is Belu Prasanna. He was supposed to come from Bangalore, so you know what happened for this event. Okay. And then we have Soumya Kamath, who is now diligently creating a database of alumni. And we have a new Dean of Corporate. So we have three people in there. So they are now looking at the whole thing. So what we have been telling alumni is that we don't want anything. You just come back to institute. We now have, I think, 12 rooms in one hostel exclusively for you to stay in the hostel area. And guest house you can stay, welcome, but I'm sure you want to stay in the hostels. So little things like that. When you come back to institute, come back, relive your hostel days, reconnect with your old teachers and friends, whoever is there, and redefine what you want to do. I don't want to tell you what you want to do for the institute. If you have an idea, I can get you the process for implementing that very fast. I can promise you that. And in the last 1 year itself, many things have happened. So this lake which I talked about, we call it as NITK. Okay? All of you speak Telugu here or some of Karatikas here. So Kere means lake. So we use the K for NITK's K for naming the lake, NITK. So the entire lake came from the funding from the alumni. We have a new tennis court in the campus, came from alumni. Not only they put money, but they actually build the thing, and you should see the alumni standing in sun and making sure that work is done properly. So quality, cost, time, all the 3 things are done. So, and many more things like that. Couple of things which we have in mind here are two projects which Niranjan may speak about. One is that SAC is very old now, Student Activity Center. I think capacity is very low, and now we have 7,000 students in the campus. Even our convocations, we are having a challenge in holding them. So we want to see whether we can increase, double the capacity to about 2,500 or 3,000 people SAC. So I need some help in even designing, and we want to create below the SAC all the student clubs, technical clubs, cultural clubs, and so on. The second project we're looking at is ACDC, which is Alumni and Career Development Center. We need interview rooms, we need maybe people come and saying that what is your special about NITK? They say one is beach, second is ring ceremony, third is Samudra Darshan. But then they feel disappointed. So if we go to Samudra Darshan, we can't do Samudra from there. So we are going to build an NSD, which is New Samudra Darshan, which is on the other side of the campus. So we are looking at a 6th-floor building, top floor New Samudra Darshan. Below that, small pods where you can come and crash, ginger kind of rooms. Below that, we have meeting rooms for these interviews. Below that, we have this alumni and CDC offices. Below that, we want to create a museum and a shop, a memento shop. So this is another plan which I would like alumni to design, build, operate. If you want to operate also, I'm fine with that. So some of these are there. So I'll just give a little bit of future twist for a couple of 2, 3, 5 minutes. We had so by the way, we hold a faculty meeting every semester. I didn't know it was not done before, but now we hold it regularly. The last meeting, which was held a couple of weeks back. So we now put a target to the institute, saying we'll go after 3 hours. I'm in Hyderabad. Let me talk about 3 hours RRR. Okay. You already forgot RRR, is it? Okay. So first R we said is ranking. Okay. And we are now having multiple strategic meetings on ranking. Ranking is now steadied. It was fell to 12 to 17. Fortunately, maintained 70. But every expert that we have called, they say that what you do 5 years before is what is reflecting today. What you do today will reflect 5 years later. So I am now getting calls from local newspapers. Sir, after you joined, ranking has fallen 3 times, 3 newspapers. I said, sir, you please ask the previous director. The next director, they will ask, sir, after you joined, the ranking is increasing. Okay. I hope he will say that, ask the previous director. I don't know. Okay. So ranking has to be done. But one of the things that I would like your help for ranking of 2026 itself, and we have 3 months in hand, December, January, February, is perception. If you have done something good in life, and where you can mention the role of NITK in that, please, you tell us, we'll create a story and we'll put it into national newspapers. We have now a PR agency with us. We just hired a PR agency. They are good at branding and PR and so on. They have good national connect and so on. For example, how many of you have seen Malgudi Days? Okay. Now just go back, Google Malgudi and NITK. Anyone knows the connection between Malgudi and NITK? Anyone knows in the room? I will leave it to you. Exercise assignment for today from your director. Google Malgudi and NITK. You will see a beautiful, heartwarming story. I will not even tell you what the story is. Beautiful story. Malgudi is changed now because of NITK. Just last 1 month. It is still not a national news. It will become a national news. I am sure each one of you has a story to be told. Starting from Gopalaji. Sir, your story should be the first one. I was just going to tell you in your car, your life is worth creating a story from that. So please, okay? Any one of you have a good story, please come back to us. Tell us a little bit about you. We'll put the story in national newspapers. All I want is NITK word should come somewhere in the story. That's all. Okay. So that is one. Ranking is one. The second thing I told the faculty is that we have to create revenue. It's very easy to do many things which help the institute when you have budgets like IITs. If you take the top 10 IITs, IIT Bombay, Delhi, Madras and so on, including some of the private institutions like VIT, SRM and so on, their annual budgets are anywhere from 2,000 crores to 3,000 crores, annual budgets. Okay, government funding plus R&D funding plus alumni CSR foundation funding is 2,000 to 3,000 crores. NITK budget is 400 crores. So I still say that we deliver more ranking per crore of revenue. spend. Okay, so that way I would say we are number one. Okay, in my opinion. But we need. Okay, we need to build new hostels and ACDC and SAC and all those things. So whether you know someone who knows someone who can help us to create a globally excellent, because infrastructure is what attracts good faculty. Good faculty attract good students. Good students attract again good faculty. It's a very vicious, very virtuous cycle. So please do help us to generate revenue, and many revenue can be generated by unlocking the potential of NITK itself. Faculty can do continuing education, can do meaningful projects and so on. All you need is a little nudge to the faculty. You just tell the faculty, sir, you are good, we'll help you, just do it. So that is possible. The third R, and I'll stop after that, is what you call as RITE Park. Okay? RIT. The full form is Research, Innovation and Technology Enterprise Park. I'm very happy that the BOG under the chairmanship of Vivian Mohan Reddy Garu, it approved the formation of a Section 8 not-for-profit company under Section 8 of Companies Act. This will be registered now. We are looking at as soon as possible, next 2-3 months. The government is talking about giving matching funds to NITK. If you put 50 crore on table, government will give 50 crores. Listen now. If you put 100 crores on table, government give us 200 crores. If you put 200 CR, government will give us 200 CR. The total upper limit is 400 CR. It is going to be coming from ADB, that is Asian Development Bank. The team of ADB had a review meeting of all NITs who are capable of submitting. It's open to all IITs, NITs, triple ITs, ISERs and so on. So we have competition from 100 institutions. So the ADB, whose team was from Manila and Japan and Malaysia, Korea and so on. So they said we need to have a review meeting. Who will organize a review meeting? 5 days notice. It was 1 week before the convocation. I mean, no director in his sane mind will say we'll have an international meeting like that 5 days before a convocation. Convocation itself is a very, very difficult. But we took a call and we had a meeting at NITK. And I think because of that, the ADB has such a good impression that these guys can pull off something like that in 5 days, 1 week. That we are now apparently in the top, out of 100 institutions, we are in the top 5, let's say, nominees. We can use the word nominees, okay? But we have to put a good proposal on the table. Literally last 5 days, I have had maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep. If I'm slightly, I'm talking too much because I'm too groggy a little bit. Dirijan has been helping me. Padmanabhan Warrior has been helping me, and a bunch of faculty help. We have just completed the proposal. We will be submitting it today or tomorrow morning. So that is one news for you. But what RITE Path will do is basically it will. One person who we had a coastal conclave of CEOs, and in that conclave, one CEO said, "Oh, it is good to see NITK finally going public." Okay. It's a nice statement, okay? Which means that now NITK can commercialize its IPR. From Saraswati, you generate Lakshmi, and from Lakshmi, you generate more Saraswati. Knowledge to wealth, wealth to more knowledge. We start that nice cycle by leveraging NITK's facilities and knowledge and IPR and all those things. So RITE Park essentially will unlock the potential of NITK. And you are all welcome to participate in the journey. I welcome all of you to think about opening your office, branch office, Mangaluru office in NITK. We'll have a nice 100,000, which is 1 lakh, 1.2 lakh square feet space. You want to use NITK for education, for training, for skill certification. There is a list of 16 services which will be available. Anyone who is interested, write to me or write to Niranjan. We'll send you a little bit of what is in store for you. But I think you should just come and take a look at what is planning. So that's it from my side. What I want to say is, as Vivian Garu said, NITK has an important role to play, has played an important role in the destiny of the nation, and I think we have continued to play the role. We are now just accelerating the journey and making it more visible, in both of which I would require your help, guidance, support, anything that you can do. It starts from visiting NITK. I'll be there to welcome you. Whenever any one of you wants to come and wants to talk about some idea that you want to do in Mangaluru or NITK, I'll be ready for you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Ravi sir. the few key messages we took: good to great, rather focus on the community building and the societal good, and of course the 3 R's: ranking, revenue, and right path. Certainly that gives us a guidepost for our efforts to contribute towards this. With that, thank you very much, Ravi sir. Now I invite Vinay to next set of proceedings. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to introduce a leader who stands at the intersection of technology, global business, and the spirit of NITK, Mr. Niranjan sir, a proud alumnus of the 1990 Mechanical Engineering batch and now the global president of NITK Alumni Association. He leads a worldwide network of over 40,000 alumni, connecting CXOs, entrepreneurs, innovators, public servants, and academicians under one united vision: global excellence with local relevance. With more than 30 years of international leadership across Dell, Tech Mahindra Systems, Mercator, Zapcom, and now as CEO of Ideas to Impacts, he has built and led multi-million-dollar business units and global teams across North America, Europe, and Asia. Under his presidency, NITK's alumni ecosystem is entering a new era with structured committees, governance reforms, mentorship programs, and initiatives that strengthen our institute's brand, student support system, and global footprint. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Niranjan sir.
Thank you for those kind words. Thanks Hyderabad for having me here. Respected Chairman sir, respected Director sir, dignitaries, and my dear alumni friends. I think this is a great evening. I can recall that there have been only 2 or 3 occasions where we had a board chairman and director on the dais for any event, any alumni event, and 2 of them have happened in Hyderabad. This is the second time. And that's all thanks to Mr. Gopala for having pulled this off. And I also want to acknowledge that if I'm standing here today, one of the push for that actually came almost 15 years back from Gopala sir. Because I've been a volunteer for about 20 years, but he is someone who pulled me into at least a core committee, and he said, I have to do more than what I was doing. So that's how the journey began. And Chitti sir, you have carried this chapter for almost 2 decades, and then you have taken a bold step to actually put a very young committee. And congratulations and thanks for all the effort that you have put for the AP and Telangana chapter. And my dear friend Srinivas Reddy, congratulations, and I know you will take the AP and Telangana chapter to the next level, and we have already seen the glimpse of that during the last global convention that happened in Hyderabad. You led the program committee then, so the indications are very clear that we are going to see bigger things, and that's one of the agenda for the Alumni Association is to kind of revive the chapters, make them more vibrant, and I think that will be one of the focus areas for us in terms of the alumni engagement. And I know we both have discussed a bit about that. And we all know Bangalore chapter has done well, and I'll request Rajshekhar to kind of share some of the best practices with other chapters, and we'll all work together to drive that. So since the new team took charge earlier this year for the Global Association, one of the first things that we did was we formed a committee to deliberate on the roadmap for the next 10 years, Vision 2035. And we had a committee there, and Murli is one of that committee member. He's also the vice president, special initiatives. We took about 3 months to interact with various stakeholders, and August 5th, the eve of the Institute Foundation Day, we had a conclave, about 40-50 alumni participating. So we looked at what the committee had put, we deliberated on that. So some highlights about that. Chairman sir also mentioned about nation building, and director mentioned about what we can do to the institute. So we have 3 stakeholders as alumni association, alumni, institute, and nation at large. So the simple goal for us is make alumni great, make institute great, and make nation great. And how do we do that? So by 2035, there is a detailed vision document which we'll be sharing. But in simple terms, we want, so from an alumni perspective, it is 60-60-60. 60,000 alumni database, and out of that 60% alumni actively engaged, and 60% of them reporting positive impact because of their association. So that's a simple goal for us, and we'll work on that. And there are many initiatives that we will be doing from an alumni perspective, and we will have several committees there structured. There will be a leader and a team that will be driving chapter event, chapter engagement, similarly membership drive, resource mobilization, institute engagement, governance. So we have identified some of the leaders, and we will publish them soon. From an institute perspective, first of all, I heard about the curriculum, and there is and that's something that we definitely want to contribute. And one of the goal is that 20% of the curriculum is contributed, even in terms of the delivery, right, is contributed by the alumni through the industry experience. And we started a small experiment on that. So this semester, for the management department at NITK, what we did is we asked the faculty to give, so typically every subject there is about 36 hours in a semester. So we requested that you give us about, say, 6 hours of that 36, which is 20%. That can be outsourced to the people in industry, and they will deliver those lectures. And we did that, and there are some fine tuning that we do, and we will, we'll do that. So about 10 of alumni went to Surathkal, they delivered those lectures, and with faculty being the coordinator for that. So we don't want to just do guest lecture and be a burden, but we want to be part of the curriculum, which is also having the credit. So we'll fine tune that, and maybe we'll kind of scale that to every department. That is something that we'll do, and it is one of our goals that we'll contribute 20%, bringing the industry perspective. The other goal that we have is from a placement perspective. So we want about 30% of the placement to be contributed from the alumni network, and that's a structure that we want to put. Chairman sir also mentioned about the advisory, and that's something that director sir and I had a brief discussion about it. So we want to put say committee of alumni and the mentors. So we have 6 teams. So under each team we want to put accomplished alumni who can work with the dean and contribute. There be some sort of advisory, and also from every department perspective we will have a lead mentor and maybe about 10 mentors under the lead mentor. So say that's a cricket team of 11 people in every department, and who will work with the department from multiple ways, be it from say curriculum or bringing the industry perspective from a teaching perspective as well, and any network connection, internship, placement. So basically that's a go-to team for the department. So those are some of the things that are there on the card. And the call out to this gathering is that there are many things that we can do as a team. There are leadership roles that you can play in the alumni association. You can be mentors. You can there are events that you can volunteer for, and of course we can all work towards generating resources, and any other ideas are there, welcome. Please write to me or the alumni association, and again thanks for this opportunity. There is one thing that want to use this opportunity to present, which is one of our flagship event, NIT Connect, and maybe if somebody can just bring the slides. And Anuj, if you can just join me to help present this. So this is something that we started about 10 years back, started by Rashekar. So it started as an entrepreneur event, and as it gradually grew, 3 years back we branded it as NIT Connect. It's a proper business, it's a proper business connect event, run like better than the best of the business conferences that you would see anywhere. And Anuj is leading that this year, so it is better that I think he presents.
Thank you so much, Niranjan. Hi everyone. Respected Chairman Sir, respected Director, respected dignitaries. Glad to have you all here. Hi to all my NIT Games friends. I'm very excited to present you what we call as NIT Connect 2026. And this is something which we are going to do on 21st of February at Taj Yashwantpur. And I'm basically here to invite every one of you, also give you a perspective of what we have been doing over the years, and really hope. And I think Chairman Sir mentioned that alumni has to give back to the institution, and this is one platform which we believe is going to be an important part of it. I think we have been running multiple editions of this. We've talked about 4 editions. This is the 5th edition, which will be happening in February 2026. The 4th edition, which was a massive success for us, we had about 1,000 attendees of NIT Games. 20% of these attendees came from outside Bangalore. We had 45 plus speakers, we had 15 plus sponsors, and we covered a batch of 65 to 2024. So we had all batches covered during this event at that time. We also have a very short video which we did about our event. This is the video which we are running. If you can also put some sound, that would be really great. So far off.
NIT Connect to me is always about discovery, it's always about connection, it's always about inspiration. NITK Connect is a very good program wherein we are meeting all the NITK and looking
I just spent 15 minutes
even get a national star. You people don't know it. I'm one of the attendees at NIT Connect 2025, and today I had an absolute blast. I had an opportunity to meet some of my old friends and make a lot of new friends as well. Thank you for offering such a beautiful event and bringing the entire batch straight from a very beautiful experience to families and a beautiful time. All the best to my colleagues. Thank you so much.
Okay, can we have the next one? So, guys, this is the kind of scale of event which has happened last year. Obviously, we are looking to make it. We are thankful to all our. Is this like? Yeah, we are grateful to all the sponsors which we got support. Most of them are either NITK founders, entrepreneurs, or someone who are at a leadership position at from NITK at some of these organizations, and we had a wonderful outcome from that. Can we have the next slide, please? Right. So this is about 2026. I think for all of us, this is going to be even bigger and better. We have a core theme which is aligned to what we are talking about, nation builders. We talk about Bharat Unbound, self-reliance through innovation. Right? I think the innovation, self-reliance and Bharat Unbound, these are three very aspirational points which we want to bring out in the event which we are doing. Obviously, we are going to take it bigger and better and bolder. We would expect about 1,500 delegates. My belief is, with the kind of audience we have from Hyderabad, I think easily we can expect 200 people coming out from you guys to be part of this. This is 21st February, remember there is a lot of time, you can still book your tickets. We will have 300 plus founders, we will have 60 plus speakers, we will have 50 plus investors, we will have 400 plus CXOs, we will have 20 plus sessions, we will have keynotes, we will have panels, we will have huddles, we will have dedicated exhibition space, product demos, we will have mentoring opportunity and many more things happening. Most importantly, we need support for everything. We would love to have speakers, we love to have sponsors coming from Hyderabad. We have also some very unique properties which we'll be running through. We call it CXO Dinner. This is one very curated platform where we have 100 plus top business leaders. I love to see some of the Hyderabad top leaders joining us here. We also do something to support the startup ecosystem, which we call a startup showcase. This is not just for raising funds, it's all about mentorship, gaining customers, connecting with or hiring new talent. So a lot of startups being showcased here. We have, we also are already getting support from some of our fellow alumni. There's RT Energy, which has invested about $3 billion in supporting, and they have come back and sponsored us. We have Veera, which everybody knows about. All the EV vehicles have been running around, and we have Keysight. Next slide, please. We also have an app. So, can we go to the last slide, please? Yeah. So we had virtual connects which have happened. This was the first virtual connect. We have our upcoming virtual connect on the next day. Can you put the next slide, please? That's on 30 December. I look forward to seeing you there. Then we have the main event. We have mentioned the QR code. Please scan the QR code and join us there. Thank you so much, Niranjan, for the time. I think I ran out of that limit.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And director sir took notes of all the initiative suggestions from you, and we'll take the step forward there and we'll discuss with you. One of the first thing that we are doing is we are putting a building block, and one of the building block is to put a professional alumni office to run several of these initiatives, and I think that will help us scale the Alumni Association. Thank you again. Thanks for having me, and look forward to all your support. Thank you.
Yeah. So As our director sir mentioned that you all need to go to your home and he has given an assignment to search what is the connection between NITK and Malgudi Days. I just did. So the Malgudi Days was inspired from the location called Agumbe. So it's the land of king cobras. It was the heart of the tourists. The problem was there was no proper internet connection over there due to the heavy rainfall. So a team from the NITK has provided internet connection to the Agumbe, so which is very prestigious thing for our institute. And if I clear the assignments, thank you very much. Yeah. So with that, we come to the part of the program where just a minute. Yeah. So now is the moment we have all been waiting for, a moment of pride, honor and celebration. Tonight we facilitate NITKs who have not only excelled in their fields but have brought immense recognition to our institution. Their journeys remind us that NITK is not just a college, it's a launch pad for extraordinary lives. So it's an honor to introduce a distinguished alumnus of NITK, a graduate of Mechanical Engineering batch of 2002, Surathkal Garu was known during his college days not just for his academic clarity, but also for his calm, composed and razor-focused personality. These qualities became his great strengths as he went on to pursue one of the toughest and most prestigious paths in the country, the civil services. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a true inspiration for every NITKian, Shri Shivashankar Lodeti, IAS. Please come on the stage.
even being a DSP. From campus labs to public service, his journey is a story of grit and purpose. Today he makes every NITKian proud. Please help me welcome Sandana Nikhil Kumar, DSP. a person from civil engineering who has built not just strong structures but also a strong career. As a CTO, she stands tall as an example of discipline, intelligence and dedication. A true inspiration to countless young women in engineering. Please help me welcome Miryala Akshara, CTO. Reminds us of excellence has no boundaries. Her resilience and commitment shines through in everything she does. We proudly celebrate her achievements. Help me welcome D. Sai Priya, Assistant Audit Officer. To managing entire municipalities. His transition is nothing short of inspiration. His leadership, dedication and community service makes us immensely proud. Please help me welcome Kombali Samuel B.R. Paul, Principal Commissioner. Next is a EEE graduate who has powered his way to becoming a CTO. His journey is a perfect blend of perseverance, service and purpose. A role model for the generations that follow. Please help me welcome Ambati Mahesh Nanda, CTO. He is from ECE and that he has shown discipline and clarity to success. From signal processing to government auditing, he has mastered it all. A brilliant example of ambition and excellence. Please help me welcome SJDVS Shanmuka, AAO.
It's time to honor the distinguished individuals whose presence elevates this evening. We begin our felicitation of guests of honor. I request Mr. Gopala sir to felicitate BVR Mohan Reddy Garu, the chairman and board of governors of NITK. We now felicitate Dr. B. Ravi Garu, Director of NITK Surathkal, a leader who is driving world-class research, innovation and growth at our beloved institution. I request Chidibabu sir to do the honor. Next felicitation goes to Mr. M. Chitti Babu sir, a 1977 electrical engineering alumnus, the founder of Power Engineers. We now felicitate Mr. Gopala Bhupal sir, a leader known for excellence, philanthropy and deep commitment to NITK. Our next guest is Mr. M. Niranjan sir, an accomplished leader and esteemed member of our alumni network. Niranjan sir, please. Our next felicitation is for Professor Jayakumar sir, a respected academic leader whose work has shaped countless students and strengthened NITK's academic excellence. We now honor Professor V.R. Shastri sir, former Vice Chancellor of Dr. Ambedkar University and currently the Director of Geethams, Hyderabad. So I would request Professor Jay Kumar sir to kindly speak a few words.
Good evening all of you. I belong to 1978 batch. I feel proud that I belong to the first batch of 10th semester BTech from Surathkal. My seniors had a BE 5-year program. Semester started with my batch, and then over past 4 decades we have done well. In fact, if you just look back, during our time, the mess was superb. People from other colleges used to come to Surathkal to eat in our mess, not the hotel. We had 6 messes. The first block had Karnataka mess, then you get Hubli Dharwad type of food. Second block had Mysore mess, Mysore Bangalore side, and a variety mess where you get all type of food. Third block had South Indian mess, typically Madrasi. Fourth block had non-vegetarian mess, and fifth block had Bombay mess. And mess bills, you won't believe, it was less than 100 rupees from the vegetarian messes. Breakfast, lunch, snacks and dinner, one special dinner every Sunday, one midweek special dinner on Wednesday, and mess bill used to be around 100-120 rupees. Non-veg mess used to be 150 rupees. And that was the time when we studied. And then it was REC, KREC. The student distribution was very interesting. Now NITs have 50% home state quota, 50% other state. Our time, every state had a quota. So necessarily every state students will be there. Now not necessarily every state may be there. So I had my schooling in Tamil Nadu. So I joined from Tamil Nadu quota. And 6 months, you won't believe, I could speak fluent Kannada and Tulu. That's what I learned from Surathkal. Fluent Kannada, fluent Tulu, even now I speak. And when I went to Kanpur for my master's and PhD, you won't believe I was secretary Kannada Sangha there. Can you imagine this? That's the way I picked up. Great teaching. In fact, I had a rare distinction. I did not miss a single class from first year to final year. 100% attendance, 100% classes. We never missed classes. That is what we had. And then probably Surathkal was one of the few colleges those days where library was open till 12 o'clock in the night. Many IITs also did not open till 12, but Surathkal had open till 12 o'clock. 5 hostel blocks, nothing on the other side of the road. And when Vinay was mentioning about attendance, praying to the temple, God before going, I just noted a very interesting quote by Professor Ram Gopal Rao, a former director of IIT Delhi, and presently Vice Chancellor of BITS Group. He wrote, in our times, students used to go to temples while the professors developed answer scripts. Times have changed. Now teachers go to temples before correcting the answer sheets, hoping students do well. Then they'll be blamed. So that is a thing, things are changing now. I really like this, see today students are in fact I still teach. I am now at IIT Dharwad. I tell my colleagues, when you go to class, assume that your students are smarter than you. Today's students are very, very smart. So the teaching has changed. The way our teachers taught us, in fact, if my basics are strong, because superb teaching I call it Surathkal. Superb. Unmatchable. In fact, even IITs don't have that type of teaching. And that took me forward. Everywhere. So after that, I joined NIT Warangal. I was there for about 31 years. And the basic that I got is Surathkal took me forward. It's nice to see all of you here. And my thought go back to 1973 when I joined. And when the admission list, they will put from which state this person came from. So our seniors from the respective state will come and take us for ragging. So state seniors rag you first, then they hand out others. So on the first day, I was made to stand on the highway and control traffic. The Bombay Bangalore road. That's what I did the first day. But things have changed. A lot of change taking place. And I had also very happy to associate Surathkal. I was a Senate member from 2019 to 2022, when the applied mechanics department got changed to water resource and management. I also visited Surathkal a number of times in faculty selection, including the deputy director, the former first deputy director. I had the privilege of being selection committee. Every time you go there, you feel very nice. And a rare privilege I had, I was examiner for one of my own teachers for a PhD. I came there, and then 2 years later I was there as a selection committee to select him as a professor. I mean, it's a very rare privilege. Surathkal has given you the strength. And all of you are here. Be proud to talk that you are all from Surathkal. Anytime you get a chance, please talk nice things about Surathkal. Because it helps in the perception. Not just NIRF, but all types of ranking you should participate. Every type of ranking, please talk good things. Surathkal is amazing. What I am today is because of Surathkal. Okay, and in an institute like that, you can learn lots of things. And keep in touch with all of you. Grow, feel proud that you are from Surathkal. Best wishes.
Yeah, so we would like to felicitate a special member. Her name is Rukmini Shrika, who is the granddaughter of our beloved Gopala sir. And since she is not present, we request his grandson Shivang to accept the felicitation on our behalf.
Now, I would like to welcome a distinguished former professor of mining engineering at NITK, Surathkal, where his wisdom, discipline and mentorship left a lasting mark on students across decades. I would like to welcome Mr. V.R. Shastri Garu to speak a few words.
Respected Director, Professor Ravi, Gopala Garu, who has been the pair of our Alumni Association, Mr. Niranjan, distinguished guests on the dais and on the dais, my young friends. Always I enjoyed the company of our Alumni Association. Especially, I just can't forget the help rendered by, I was just sharing a couple of minutes back with Mr. Niranjan, Narayana. I think the backbone of Alumni Association. I was expecting him here, maybe because of Indigo fiasco he could be here. I think we have lot to learn, not only from our NITK Association, but the NITK. I can't forget Professor N.R. Shetty, who roped me into the then RSS Surathkal from ITBHU. I was a student of BHU, I was a faculty over there. He called me, I just wanted to run away from Surathkal, I don't know what happened. I think he along with Professor Balvir Reddy. I just can't forget these two names in my life forever. It's journey started from there, and then I've learned a lot from NIT. And then I think I am the only professor in the history of NITK Surathkal who worked under 11 directors or principals directly as HOD, as Dean. I think I have the highest privilege, starting from Professor N.R.S., Nijaguna sir, then Professor P.N. Singh, Pranish, Sancheti, so many were there till last K.U. Rao. I think every director really wanted my services, and then I haven't seen in BHU also, my alma mater, the amount of liberty you get from the administration and the board of governors of NIT Surathkal sir, Ravi sir. And that has really made me, I think, no bounds. Engineer with no bounds. And wherein we could do tremendous amount of consultancy. I think our department became #1 in consultancy for the entire institute. And in research per capita, research funding as well. I am sure the trend is continuing now under the leadership of Professor Ravi. With the leadership qualities I have, again, I just can't forget the training you get, the opportunities you get, and the network you get by being a faculty of NITK. I think Professor NRS is the first, second is followed by Professor Balgir Reddy. I think third it is V.R. Shastri. NITK has produced 3 vice chancellors of technical universities in the country. And Maharashtra being, I think you can understand the length and breadth of Maharashtra with only one technological university. I had the privilege and everybody used to say, Shastri is a Kannadiga fellow, not a Telugu fellow. I was recognized as a Kannadiga and a South Kannada guy. And then always my minister used to tell Shastri sahab, aap agle meeting se Marathi mein baat karna hai, not Hindi se. Uday Sawant. And we had really great time, and then it was a great learning. I just take 1 or 2 points from whatever has been told by our honorable chairman of BOG, Professor Mohan Reddy Sahab. And I believe in that very sincerely, that unless there is participation by alumni, I'm not sure whether any institution can grow and reach new heights just based on the strength of the faculty and the temporary students we have in the institute. Lot needs to be done by all. I'm sure under the leadership of Professor Ravi, I've heard him very seriously. I think the number of initiatives taken up by him in last couple of years is multiple times that of what have been taken up so far in the history of NITK Surathkal. I am very sure every one of you will contribute something in your own way for the development of the institute, and we'll have at the end of the day some satisfaction professionally and then fun. I believe in that. I wish each one of you all the very best in your endeavors, and I wish you a very happy new year, which is going to come in a few days of time, and I'm sure we will meet sometime somewhere like this in Hyderabad. Best wishes to each and every one of you, and best wishes to my parental organization, NITK Surathkal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. With great excitement, I would request to present a special thanks to my professor, Dr. Venkat Reddy Garu. Sir, please go. Dr. Venkat Reddy Garu. He was a HOD of civil engineering during 2016 and all. Yes, sir. Please come on to the stage.
Professor Venkat Reddy is just not only the teacher of Mr. Vinay, he was my teacher also.
Sir, please. Sir, please sit. Mining. Please give a round of applause, because his subject was the only subject which I got 10 pointers. No failures, especially in his subject, no failures. Yes, sir.
Now, I would like to invite a proud member of 1977 Metallurgical Engineering batch of KREC. He graduated with distinction, securing first rank and the SMIORE gold medal. An IISc alumnus and a long-standing pillar of our alumni community. He has contributed generously to NITK initiatives, from student awards to convocation support. I proudly welcome Gopala Bhupala sir to speak few words.
Good evening to everybody. It's always pleasure to interact with my college mates and institute also. It is my great pleasure to be associated with the institute from maybe my college days. I did not bother much, but I'm a studious student, so I put a lot of effort. From 98 onwards, I started involving in NITK, and then suddenly I became board member. Maybe the initiation of that time director, he said, why don't you make application? And so it was accepted in Government of India and I was nominated. And I was a good member, I think. I could interact with Shastris, many professors at that time. Many of the non-teaching staff issues also. And then one fine day in 2010, Agnanarayana said that you should take over and be a president. Then I said, I can't be a president like a Lutheran. That time, once in 3 years, we used to interact for 3 days, 4 days, and then have a convention, and then discuss and forget about everything. So I said, no, it is not possible. Let us give a thought how to improve. Then he says, okay, I'll hand over on the AGM day. First time AGM was conducted in the institute on 6th August in 2011, and then it was handed over to me. I gave a little corporate structure, a disintegrated chapter, I made integrated. I created awareness. I spent 180 days in 5 years in the institute. And I went to each and every department, spoke to students, you are going to the future, you should interact with alumni, you will get so much benefit. I explained how a ring has helped me to get a job in my life. You know, suddenly I went for an interview, the interviewer saw my ring. I said, no interview, you are selected, go, he said. Then I asked, are you from the same college? Yes, I am also from the same college. So, it had a lot of advantage by interacting and showing our ring to many people. And God has been great that I could serve Alumni Association, I think from 2010 to now, till now. I hope I'll get retirement and I will be a supporting actor now onwards. And dynamic Srinivas has taken over. Let us see how he is going to pull the strings. And wherever possible, I am always with my alma mater. And I will be always, I am very grateful to be my alma mater. Only 2 institutes I remember. One is my first government school. Even today I have my first standard classmate. We interact even today. And other institute is only KREC. Even now I can't say NITK, I say KREC proudly. And all my classmates, batchmates, we love each other so much. And they all supported my endeavor. Really, my batch supported. Whenever I have called, they have come in large number. Yes. Each and every global convention I seen 40 plus have attended. Even 2015, 2019, large number came. Even Dubai, they came with me. So I always had a great support from my batchmates. I also be thankful to one more gentleman, Ajit. Many of the events, without him, nothing could have been done during my time. Even 2019 also, he is the great here, very great. This time is the only period he has missed during my time. So I thank everybody once for all. Let us have a good life in NITK alumni and work, help each other. My concept, help each other. What best you can help, so that you can all grow together. Thank you very much. Good day.
I would like to invite NITK alumni. He did mechanical engineering. His name is Sheikh Mohammed. He's a para badminton player. His current world ranking in doubles is 11 and singles is 46. So please welcome. I request you to speak a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable P.V. Ravi sir, all the dignitaries on the dais, and all my family members, NITK family members. It's been a pleasure to be here and have a talk with you. Before my speech, can you have a AV on me, please? Myself, Sheikh Mohammed Shahir Hussain. I'm an international para badminton player. Yeah. I started playing in our NITK sports complex, and one of my inspiration is here. He is my super senior Alok. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for being there in sports complex and taught a lot to me how to serve from how to smash. Thank you a lot. and have represented it in international stages. And recently I have participated in Asia Para Badminton Championships. That is one of the precious badminton tournament for me. And after that, I have secured world number 1. This is my highest ranking. And right now, my ranking is world number 13. And my aim is to get a medal for India in 2028 Olympics. Till now, I have sponsored myself a lot, like keeping my own money for my training and for my dietitian supplements, for everything, and for my tournament itself. So there is no support for me from my government. So it's been a very tough journey, but I have my friends and my NITK family, my colleagues and my batchmates. They helped me a lot through this full journey, and thank you a lot for those peoples. And one more thing is, my plan is to get a medal in Olympics 2028. The route map is simple, and I need to focus on my training in 2026. And in 2027, race to Olympics tournaments will start, and I'll start participating in those tournaments. And after that, I am going to qualify in Olympics and I get a medal to country. This is my promise. Definitely, this is going to happen. I can assure that. What I need is, I need a small support from our NITK family members. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Now I would request to call Kalyan Kumar, an entrepreneur from the NITK 2019 batch. He's here to present his venture Zyder, a next generation logistics operation platform engineered to streamline delivery management for India's fastest growing service providers.
Hello. Good evening all. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Good evening, sir. It feels like I'm in an NITK again, back with my friends and my juniors and seniors, where my juniors are still coming to me as if I'm, asking them for an introduction. So it feels great. And I am from IT department, friend, in NITK. I've never did coding in all the 4 years of my journey, but NITK did help me and give me that vision to think in an entrepreneur roadmap, right? So with this journey, I've started a couple of ventures in my past 4 years of career, and now I'm here presenting Zyder, a last mile logistic B2B SaaS platform. We have successfully launched our MVP and we have a couple of clients with us. So we are in the growing stage. We are in the say pre-seed stage right now, and it feels great when you hear that NITK has so many opportunities to support the entrepreneurs. Say NITK Connect, which is happening in February. I mean, I did attend the NITK Connect this year as well, and NITK Showcase is also there. So I feel happy, proud, and obviously privileged to be part of NITK, to have such support, and I'm hoping to go ahead to take the support from NITK and obviously to network here if somebody wants to or willing to contribute or be part of my journey. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to extend our gratitude for our sponsors. Next Wave is today's key sponsor. It is transforming India's tech talent landscape with programs like Next Wave Intense, Next Wave Academy and NIAT. Their flagship NIAT program partners with 10 plus universities, enabling students to build real world projects from year one. With 120 plus first year internships already secured, they also collaborate with OpenAI Academy, NSDC, NASSCOM and the government of Telangana. Let's give a big round of applause for the Next Wave.
Which one of you to believe solving the problems of humanity? టెక్నాలజీలో ఒక లీడర్స్ కింద ఎలాగ మారాలి అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి ఆంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్స్. ఇక్కడ ఆంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్స్ అంటే ఆంటర్ప్రెన్యూరియల్ మైండ్ సెట్. The name of the first one is generative AI.
If you try 100 things, you will get lucky at one. But if you only try 2 things, then you won't get lucky at anything, right?
Curiosity will drive you.
No matter what you do, you will fail. Just remember one thing, don't stop trying.
Have you built such websites in short amount of time before?
I have built one website like this before, and it took me about 2.5 hours before this, and now since it's a much bigger scale and it's still taking 3 hours, so I think I'm improving.
I would like to call our NITK alumni who is working in Next Wave. His name is Shankar. Our next sponsor is Cyberia Constructions, who has been a trusted name in Hyderabad real estate since 1999. Known for quality, transparency and a premium open plot venture across Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, let's appreciate Cyberia Constructions for sponsoring today's event.
అభివృద్ధికి అన్ని వైపులా ఆస్కారం ఉన్న ప్రాంతంలో రాజీవ్ గాంధీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ ఔటర్ రింగ్ రోడ్డుకి కేవలం 15 నిమిషాల ప్రయాణ దూరంలో జాతీయ అంతర్జాతీయ వాణిజ్య సంస్థలు విద్యా సంస్థల నడుమ మహా ఐశ్వర్య నగరం మహేశ్వరానికి అతి దగ్గరలో శ్రీశైలం హైవేకి చేరువలో అత్యంత ప్రతిష్టాత్మకంగా రూపుదిద్దుకుంటున్న ఫార్మాసిటీకి పాల్గొని ప్రకృతి పచ్చదనాలతో ఆహ్లాదకర వాతావరణంలో 100 ఎకరాల సువిశాల ప్రాంగణంలో రూపుదిద్దుకుంటున్న అపూర్వ ఆనందాల ప్రీమియం వీకెండ్ గేట్వే సాయి ప్రియాస్ ఎన్చాంటెడ్ ఫార్మ్స్ శ్రీశైలం హైవే ఎట్ కొత్తూరు. విలువలతో కూడిన లావాదేవీలు, 2.5 దశాబ్దాల నమ్మకమైన సంస్థతో బలపడిన అనుబంధాలు, సకల సదుపాయాలు 20,000 హ్యాపీ కస్టమర్ల చిరునవ్వుల సాక్షిగా పెట్టిన పెట్టుబడికి రెట్టింపు రాబడినిచ్చే గ్రీన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ సాయి ప్రియాస్ ఎన్చాంటెడ్ హాల్స్, శ్రీశైలం హైవే ఎట్ కొత్తూరు.
We are proud to have Paras Electronics as a supporting sponsor, a pioneering engineering company since 1996, specializing in ultrasonic rail testing equipment and railway safety solutions across Indian railways. A big round of applause for Paras Electronics. Studio R, a leading Hyderabad-based interior design and construction firm known for creating modern, sustainable and beautifully crafted home and office spaces. Let's hear it for Studio R. I would like to invite Srinivas Garu to give a word of thanks.
We had a wonderful evening together, hearing from our director, chairman, and board of governors. So, on behalf of NITK Surathkal Alumni Association, APM Telangana chapter, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished guests, speakers, faculty, and alumni for making this event truly memorable. Your presence, insights, and enthusiasm have enriched our gathering and strengthened our shared bond as NITKians. A special thanks to our organizing team and volunteers whose dedication ensured the smooth conduct of this program. To all alumni, thank you for your continued support and engagement. Together we will keep advancing the legacy and spirit of NITK. With this, the formal session we will conclude. We have drinks and dinner awaiting you, and hope you have rest of good evening today. Hope to meet you again until our next event. Goodbye to you. Thank you.
लैंडस्केप वीडियो बना बोले लैंडस्केप मारा बोला उसमें काटो जो लैंडस्केप वीडियो आता है उसमें को सिखा रहे लेकिन थोड़ा मेरे को टाइम दो बैक टू बैक तीन चार अरे
With that, we come to an end